Welcome to this audio press release, powered by IBN. This original production delivers market and sector insights, as well as executive interviews with innovative executives shaping the future in fast-moving industries, and may feature a client partner of IBN or one of the 75-plus investor-focused brands within IBN's dynamic brand portfolio. As a multifaceted financial news and publishing company, IBN leverages an extensive distribution network, utilizing multiple proprietary corporate communication tools to introduce both public and private companies to a vast and diverse audience of investors, consumers, influencers, journalists, and other targeted segments of the public. IBN may have received compensation to produce this audio content. Please be sure to read IBN's entire disclaimers for full disclosures. This article has been disseminated on behalf of Redwood AI Corporation and may include a paid advertisement. Headline: Redwood AI Corporation checks boxes early-stage investors rarely see. The convergence of artificial intelligence, operational intelligence infrastructure, and post-quantum cybersecurity is creating growing demand for specialized platforms capable of supporting mission-critical environments across government, defense, healthcare, public safety, and enterprise sectors. As organizations increasingly modernize legacy infrastructure and prepare for evolving cybersecurity, operational and regulatory risks, demand may continue growing for AI-powered systems capable of transforming complex scientific and security-related datasets into actionable intelligence and resilient infrastructure solutions. Against this backdrop, Redwood AI Corporation has emerged as a compelling and, by many measures, significantly undervalued intelligence platform with proven traction in sectors that have historically been among the most difficult for early-stage technology companies to penetrate. The company brings Silicon Valley roots, a rapidly expanding roster of Canadian government and law enforcement partnerships, and a proprietary AI platform purpose-built for mission-critical environments. A proposed acquisition in the post-quantum cybersecurity space could further expand the company's strategic relevance and long-term market opportunity in meaningful ways. Redwood joins a group of leading companies that are powering the current AI and digital infrastructure cycle, including Palantir Technologies, CrowdStrike Holdings, Palo Alto Networks, and Microsoft Corporation. Governments, healthcare systems, enterprises, and public safety organizations are accelerating investment into AI-powered operational intelligence systems capable of supporting mission-critical decision-making environments. At the core of Redwood AI's business is a proprietary AI-powered platform built around generative AI foundation models, cheminformatics, and specialized scientific datasets. Perhaps the most compelling indicator of the company's emerging strategic value is where it is winning contracts and building relationships. Redwood AI is advancing its capabilities in defense-related and industrial safety applications through its Q-Safe initiative, a research and development project focused on hazardous chemical risk classification. In May 2026, Redwood announced a non-binding letter of intent to explore a potential acquisition of Quantum-IQ, a Vancouver-based quantum cybersecurity company. Quantum-IQ's post-quantum cryptography platform is designed to address a growing and underappreciated cybersecurity risk: the vulnerability of legacy encryption infrastructure to quantum-scale computing threats. A perfect storm of expanding market need. Governments, healthcare systems, enterprises, and public safety organizations are accelerating investment into AI-powered operational intelligence systems capable of supporting mission-critical decision-making environments. The catalyst is straightforward: legacy infrastructure, which is fragmented, resource-intensive, and ill-equipped to process large-scale scientific, operational, and security-related datasets, is failing to keep pace with the speed and complexity of the threats and decisions organizations now face daily. This shift is being driven simultaneously from multiple directions. Global defense spending is projected to grow from approximately $2.7 trillion in 2024 to approximately $6.38 trillion by 2035, a compound annual growth rate of roughly 8.13%. Increasing demand for advanced analytics, chemical intelligence, predictive intelligence systems, and defense-related technologies. The global pharmaceutical market is forecast to exceed approximately $2.7 trillion by 2033, with investment into AI-enabled research, molecular analysis, and drug discovery accelerating across the industry. And the global cybersecurity market, estimated at approximately $271.9 billion in 2025, is projected to reach approximately $663.2 billion by 2033, driven by rising cyber threats, enterprise cloud adoption, AI infrastructure expansion, and growing demand for next-generation security and infrastructure modernization solutions. What connects these trends is a shared underlying need: specialized AI infrastructure capable of processing proprietary scientific, operational, pharmaceutical, industrial, and security-related datasets that generalized consumer AI systems cannot easily access or replicate. Organizations operating in government procurement, public safety, defense, and healthcare environments require platforms built specifically for the complexity and sensitivity of their data environments, not repurposed general-purpose language models. It is within this broader environment that Redwood AI has positioned itself as one of the most strategically interesting emerging AI platform companies in the North American technology ecosystem. With proven traction in sectors that have historically been among the most difficult for early-stage technology companies to penetrate, the company is building the kind of institutional relationships, proprietary data infrastructure, and dual-use technology positioning that larger players have historically paid a significant premium to acquire. Purpose-built AI for mission-critical environments. At the core of Redwood AI's business is a proprietary AI-powered platform built around generative AI foundation models, cheminformatics, and specialized scientific datasets. The platform is designed to help organizations analyze chemical data, optimize synthesis pathways, and accelerate decision-making in complex environments. It supports applications across pharmaceutical, defense-related, public safety, and industrial sectors. These range from hazardous material analysis and molecular design to toxic opioid detection, process optimization, and advanced scientific research. What distinguishes Redwood from broader AI infrastructure companies is its emphasis on chemistry-focused foundation models trained on specialized datasets and deployed in environments where general-purpose AI cannot operate effectively. The platform is built around a compounding data advantage. Each use of the system strengthens Redwood's proprietary dataset, improving accuracy and performance over time in ways that are difficult for competitors to replicate without equivalent operational history. The company's platform supports applications across several distinct sectors. In pharmaceutical and contract development and manufacturing environments, the platform enables synthesis planning, reaction optimization, and molecular design, allowing teams to design, refine, and scale compounds with greater speed and accuracy. In defense-related and industrial safety environments, the platform is designed to support hazardous material screening, chemical risk classification, and predictive threat analysis. In public safety and law enforcement environments, Redwood's AI capabilities are being applied to the detection, attribution, and intelligence mapping of controlled and hazardous substances in settings through pilots with government agencies. Redwood AI was originally developed around advanced AI initiatives connected to Silicon Valley and the broader North American technology ecosystem. Its leadership team combines expertise in AI, chemistry, data science, and public company management. This combination of Silicon Valley pedigree, chemistry-focused AI infrastructure, and Canadian public sector relationships has positioned Redwood to pursue opportunities in sectors traditionally dominated by substantially larger and more established technology incumbents. Public safety and law enforcement traction. Perhaps the most compelling indicator of Redwood AI's emerging strategic value is where it is winning contracts and building relationships. The company is not competing in consumer applications or generic enterprise deployments. Rather, it is operating among government agencies, law enforcement organizations, and public safety systems. These are sectors that are notoriously difficult for early-stage technology companies to access, and among the most defensible once a foothold is established. Earlier this year, the government of British Columbia announced a landmark initiative called Track and Trace, described as the first of its kind in Canada. The initiative provides $300,000 annually for 2 years to support an AI-powered pilot program designed to disrupt the illicit drug supply and save lives. The program, led by Eidos Innovations in collaboration with the University of British Columbia, uses advanced robotic and AI technology to analyze and track the flow of toxic drugs, create earlier warning systems, and provide law enforcement with advanced forensic intelligence tools to trace drug supply chains and detect diversion events. Redwood AI is a core technology contributor to this initiative. On the same day the BC government announced the program, Redwood announced a 2-year collaboration agreement with Eidos Innovations. The agreement calls for the two companies to work alongside the Royal Canadian Mounted Police, the Victoria Police Department, and the Canada Border Services Agency to develop the AI-powered analytical platform for detection and prediction of toxic opioids. The significance of this cannot be overstated. The Track and Trace initiative involves an impressive list of participants: the BC Minister of Public Safety and Solicitor General, the BC Minister of Health, Canada's National Defence Senior Associate Deputy Minister and Fentanyl Czar, the RCMP, the CBSA, the Victoria Police Department, the President of UBC, and 16 law enforcement agencies across British Columbia, spanning municipal, regional, and federal jurisdictions. For Redwood AI to be named as a technology contributor to this initiative reflects a level of institutional credibility and government validation that most emerging technology companies, at a comparable stage, have never achieved. From public safety into national defense, Redwood AI is advancing its capabilities in defense-related and industrial safety applications through its QSafe initiative, a research and development project focused on hazardous chemical risk classification. Last month, the initiative received formal support from Canada's National Research Council Industrial Research Assistance Program under its Defence Industry Assist Program, a highly competitive and recent funding mechanism for dual-use defence technologies. QSafe, formerly titled Quantum Enhanced Optimization for Hazardous Chemical Risk Classification, has been approved to receive advisory services and up to $240,000 in NRC IRAP funding. The project is designed to improve hazardous chemical risk classification by combining Redwood's chemistry-focused AI capabilities with advanced optimization approaches that may incorporate quantum hardware as the technology matures. The practical application is significant. QSafe is intended to help identify and prioritize potentially hazardous chemicals more effectively in environments where understanding whether a substance presents explosive, toxic, or other safety risks is critically important, particularly in environments requiring rapid identification of hazardous materials for security, defense, and emergency response. As chemical supply chains become increasingly complex and regulatory expectations continue rising, the need for more advanced tools capable of assessing material risk before chemical shipment, storage, or use is growing steadily across both commercial and public sector environments. The NRC IRAP Defence Industry Assist Program specifically supports innovative Canadian small and medium-sized businesses, advancing made-in-Canada defence and dual-use technologies. This endorsement signals government recognition of QSafe's relevance to national defence and public safety infrastructure. QSafe further strengthens Redwood's competitive positioning within defence-related and dual-use technology markets that have historically been difficult to penetrate without proven government relationships and validated technical capabilities. The NRC IRAP support positions Redwood alongside a growing class of Canadian technology companies developing the next generation of dual-use AI and intelligence platforms for defence-related and public safety applications. These companies historically have attracted significant strategic interest from larger North American and international defence technology primes seeking to acquire proven capabilities rather than develop them in-house. A quantum leap in strategic positioning. In May 2026, Redwood AI announced a non-binding letter of intent to explore a potential acquisition of Quantum IQ, a Vancouver-based quantum cybersecurity company. QIQ develops software designed to help high-security organizations identify, assess, and upgrade the encryption systems they rely on to protect sensitive data. Its target customers include government agencies, defense organizations, financial institutions, and critical infrastructure operators facing growing exposure to future quantum-enabled cyber threats. The proposed transaction represents a potentially transformational expansion of Redwood's strategic positioning. If completed, this transaction would elevate Redwood beyond a specialized AI and chemical intelligence platform into a vertically integrated intelligence and cybersecurity company operating across AI, chemical data intelligence, defense technology, and post-quantum cryptographic infrastructure. This is a combination that no publicly traded peer at a comparable market capitalization currently offers. The strategic rationale is compelling. The specialized mission-critical datasets underlying Redwood's core AI models require robust cryptographic protection to maintain their proprietary value. Integrating quantum-resilient security infrastructure directly into Redwood's platform addresses a growing vulnerability across AI and data intelligence platforms broadly. At the same time, the acquisition creates a platform architecture capable of competing for an entirely new category of government and enterprise cybersecurity contracts. The potential addition of a quantum cybersecurity asset can also significantly expand the narrative around Redwood's long-term opportunity in ways that are likely to attract a new category of institutional and strategic investor attention. Building the infrastructure quantum security demands. Quantum.IQ's post-quantum cryptography platform is designed to address a growing and underappreciated cybersecurity risk, the vulnerability of legacy encryption infrastructure to quantum-scale computing threats. As quantum hardware continues to advance, the gap between existing cryptographic systems and emerging attack capabilities is becoming increasingly difficult to ignore. The platform is built around an intelligent control system that gives cybersecurity teams a centralized view of their cryptographic assets and overall post-quantum readiness. Teams can use the platform to simulate emerging threats, identify vulnerabilities, and build migration strategies designed to accelerate the transition to quantum-resilient infrastructure. Specific capabilities include automated cryptographic bill of materials creation, compliance mapping aligned with finalized NIST PQC standards, and evolving EC industry guidance, and continuous monitoring designed for highly regulated environments. Two dynamics are driving urgency around this category. The first is the accelerating development of quantum computing hardware and the growing recognition that sufficiently advanced quantum systems will eventually be capable of breaking widely deployed public key encryption schemes. The second, and more immediate, is the harvest now, decrypt later threat model, in which adversaries collect encrypted data today with the intention of decrypting it once capable quantum hardware becomes available. For organizations holding sensitive government, financial, healthcare, or defense-related data, this threat is not theoretical. Rather, it is present and active, and requires preparation now, regardless of when functional quantum decryption systems become operational. Redwood's proprietary AI infrastructure, compounding data advantage, BC government and federal law enforcement relationships, NRC defense program funding, and the proposed Quantum.IQ transaction represent a strategic profile that looks meaningfully different from what the current market capitalization may reflect. The company is already securing partnerships in public safety, policing, defense, and intelligence. Sectors among the hardest in the world for early-stage technology companies to penetrate, and in which today's market leaders built their foundational competitive moats before achieving billion-dollar valuations. With DTC clearing and settlement in the United States recently approved, the path toward U.S. market expansion and potential uplisting is becoming clearer. The combination of government-validated AI infrastructure, defense-adjacent credibility, and quantum cybersecurity expansion may represent precisely the kind of early-stage strategic positioning that, in hindsight, tends to look significantly more valuable than the market recognized at the time. AI infrastructure momentum drives enterprise innovation. The technologies powering today's artificial intelligence boom extend far beyond AI models themselves. Organizations across industries are investing heavily in the infrastructure, security platforms, data architectures, and operational frameworks required to deploy AI at scale. As enterprises race to modernize operations and unlock new productivity gains, demand continues to grow for solutions that can securely manage data, protect digital assets, and accelerate the adoption of AI-driven workflows. Palantir Technologies Inc. announced that Mexican insurer GMP Seguros is expanding deployment of Palantir Foundry and the company's artificial intelligence platform, AIP, across all lines of business. Mexico's largest insurer, GMP Seguros, leverages Palantir's AI platform to detect claims fraud, sharpen underwriting precision, process claims more effectively, and bring high-quality insurance coverage to people in Mexico. GNP becomes Palantir's first publicly announced commercial customer in Mexico, marking a defining milestone in the deployment of artificial intelligence within the nation's insurance industry. CrowdStrike Holdings Inc. has signed a definitive agreement to acquire SGNL, a leader in continuous identity. This acquisition will accelerate CrowdStrike's leadership in next-gen identity security, enabling access for human, non-human, and AI identities to be continuously granted and revoked based on real-time risk. With SGNL, CrowdStrike will extend dynamic authorization across SaaS and hyperscaler cloud access layers. The combination of dynamic privilege and access, coupled with Falcon Platform Intelligence, sets a new standard for agentic identity security. Palo Alto Networks Inc. has introduced AIRX, its next-generation identity security platform. AIRX secures every identity in the AI enterprise on a single control plane that discovers risk, applies privilege dynamically, and governs the full lifecycle from first access to last session. AIRX replaces static, always-on access with dynamic privilege, granted just in time on a single control plane. According to the company, AI runs natively inside AIRX to surface hidden entitlements, unmanaged accounts, recommend least privilege, and remediate to close the gap between attackers who move in 72 minutes and defenders who historically took days. Microsoft Corporation introduced Project Solara, a chip-to-cloud platform designed to support a new generation of agent-first enterprise devices. According to the company, the platform combines edge computing capabilities with Azure-hosted AI services, allowing intelligent agents to operate across connected devices while leveraging cloud-based infrastructure and centralized state management. Project Solara enables organizations to deploy AI-powered systems that move beyond traditional application-centric computing. The initiative includes partnerships with semiconductor providers and demonstrates Microsoft's continued investment in the infrastructure required to support large-scale enterprise AI adoption across industries such as healthcare, retail, and field services. These announcements demonstrate that the current AI cycle is increasingly being defined by the infrastructure required to support intelligent systems rather than by AI models alone. Data integration, identity management, cybersecurity, cloud platforms, and operational orchestration are becoming essential building blocks for organizations seeking to deploy AI safely and effectively at enterprise scale. As adoption accelerates, investment is expected to continue flowing toward the technologies that enable secure, reliable, and scalable AI implementation. The companies building these foundational capabilities are helping shape the digital infrastructure that will underpin the next phase of enterprise AI growth and transformation. For more information, visit Redwood AI. This audio press release is an original content production powered by IBN, a multifaceted financial news and publishing company that delivers next-generation corporate communication solutions utilizing proprietary corporate communication tools such as news aggregation, syndication, social communication, and brand awareness techniques, among others. IBN introduces both public and private companies to diverse audiences to enhance reach and recognition. IBN may receive compensation for services and solutions provided to its client partners. The owners, officers, and directors of IBN, or any of its financial analysts mentioned in this production, do not hold positions in and do not intend to trade the securities of any IBN client partners' companies. This production is not an offer or recommendation to buy or sell any securities that may be mentioned in this production. The information in this broadcast is presented solely for informative purposes and is not intended to be, or should it be construed as investment advice. As in all investments, investment in the featured companies carries inherent investment risk. Listeners should review the company thoroughly with registered investment advisor or registered stockbroker. This production by IBN is not purported to be a complete study of the featured company or other companies mentioned. Information used in statements of fact have been obtained from featured companies and other sources, but not verified nor guaranteed by IBN as to completeness and accuracy. Such information is subject to change without notice. Please read IBN's entire disclaimers and disclosures at ibn.ai. Thank you again for listening to this audio press release, powered by IBN.